So who is the dad you remember?
Just a very special, I remember him as my dad, but he was a very exciting dad.
You talk about his coming down the stairs with jewels.
Chains. Yeah, and yeah, he'd sing all the time.
Did he want you to sing? Did you ever?
Oh yeah, he'd always wake me up to sing in the middle of the night, get on the table and sing.
Yeah. So what was his schedule that you would keep?
4 a.m., sleep, go to bed, 4, 5, get up at 2, 3 in the afternoon. That was only when I was with him. When I was with my mom, she flipped me around into a very rigorous normal average childhood schedule.
As time went on, his sweet daughter became a kind of wild child. After all, he wouldn't discipline her. In fact, he fell apart the one time he tried a little spanking.
It was just a pop. It was really quick. It didn't hurt, but I was just heartbroken. If he'd get mad at me, I would just crumble.
Did you worry about him?
All the time. All the time.
Why?
I don't know. I honestly can't answer that. It's very strange. I mean, I know kids sometimes have that, like, thing where they're worried because they love their parents, they don't want them to die type of thing, but I had it really bad with him. You know, like, I was really worried. I'd always go check on him. It was like my job, you know? I'd go check on him out of nowhere, and sure enough, something was wrong or whatever, you know? I mean, I saw that he wasn't doing very well.
What would you say?
Don't die. You know, things like that. Like, are you gonna die? And I would just, like, in the middle of whatever, say that. He would, no, I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Don't worry about it, type thing.
Were you aware of the drugs as drugs?
I wasn't. No. I'd see him with handfuls of pills, but I didn't know what they were. And, no. I saw the weight gain. You know, that scared me.
And probably you saw some change in behavior that you didn't even know how to describe.
There was erratic behavior here and there.
Like?
If I was watching TV in my room, come to my room and sort of stumbled to my doorway and start to fall, and I had to go catch him, you know, things like that. And he'd try to pull himself out of it if he saw me.
But was he broken?
I think at the end. So what is the point in, you know, trying to take away his dignity and cashing in on it, you know? And getting attention for that. It's disgusting. I hope they rot in hell.
So is your mom a rebel?
Not at all. Not at all. No, we're like black and white, she and I. I'm so like, rawr, you know, and so I'm so the opposite of her. Like, I just broke every social barrier she's ever had. I am pretty, you know, I'm pretty unsolicited, unedited, no holds barred in my speech patterns and my behavior. She's a beautiful person, you know, and she's very soft-spoken and very sweet and very this, and I'm just like this, like a bull in her china shop.
What was the worst thing you did?
God, must we do this? The worst thing, I think it was consistently just bad behavior, period, you know?
Drugs?
Yeah.
Though nothing Lisa Marie Presley would ever do to her mom would equal this.
A woman under a spell
I got completely seduced.
finally comes to her senses.
Okay. Why did you marry Michael Jackson?
Okay, first of all, I heard he wanted to meet me when I was 18. I didn't want to because I thought he was a freak. And I just want to say he's not stupid. He didn't get where he was because he's stupid. And he has some idea about how he should represent himself in the public that he thinks works for him, which is this sort of meek, victim-y, quiet thing that he does, which is not anything like how he really is. So he wants to lock into you, and he wants to intrigue you or capture you or, you know, whatever he wants to do with you. He can do it. He's very capable of doing that. And he was very quick to, the first time I met him, sit me down and go, listen, and I'm not gay. I know you think this. I know you think that. And started cursing, started, you know, being a normal person. And I was like, wow. So I get caught up in that. I'm pulled in right away. Like, wow, you're so misunderstood. Oh, my God, you're this guy. I fell into this whole, you poor, sweet, misunderstood thing. I'm going to save you. You know, I fell into that. I fell in love with him. I did.
What did your mother say?
She called me and said, you know, oh, Lisa, there's helicopters outside the house, and they're saying you married Michael Jackson. And I was just quiet. And she goes, you didn't. She goes, you didn't. And I go, yeah, I did.
Again, you can slug me on this question, but I got to go back. So these were like romantic nights?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember them very well, but yes. I wasn't gonna get married if it wasn't that. But see, then it was like wanting to get married. So I don't know if it was, you know, like I even remember thinking, how is that gonna happen? You know, I can't even imagine him like that, whatever. And then he quickly disillusioned me of that idea.
Looking back, do you think he used you?
I can't, God, you know, I don't think it's out of the question.
Dangling the baby. Michael Jackson, just the latest in his bizarre stunts.
You think he's crazy?
Oh my God. I think his behavior is a bit erratic, but I don't know if he's like technically psychotic, you know.
By the time Lisa Marie Presley married Michael Jackson, Jackson reportedly had been treated for addiction to painkillers. He was also under siege. He had been investigated for child molestation with a 12-year-old boy.
I am totally innocent of any wrongdoing.
Jackson settled a civil suit with the family, reportedly for millions of dollars.
So it was like, I was already like, you know, I was the only one he would be calling, so I felt all privileged and, you know, that he was trusting me and telling me what happened, and it was very convincing, and I believed him, you know, at the time.
But she says her mother looked at the timing of the marriage and tried to make her see something else.
It was what my mom was trying to point out, like, hello, are you awake? Are you awake? You know, can you see that this might be coordinating or coinciding with something else? And I didn't see that.
So, in our 1995 interview, there she was, fiercely defending him against the allegations.
I just wanted to say that I've seen these children, they don't let him go to the bathroom without running in there with them. And they won't let him out of their sight. So when he jumps in the bed, I'm even out. You know, they jump in the bed with him.
Looking back, do you believe it was true?
I can't say. Honestly, I don't know.
Did you see anything at all that caused you concern?
Concern. The only way I can describe it is that I've met people since that have been around him and sort of caught in his world. And you start thinking things that are not normal are normal. You get caught up in his world and his reality. And I sort of got caught up in that. And now when I look back at that interview, I'm like, wow, there I was. And I don't recognize that person anymore. I'm like, wow, that was me under the influence type thing. And the only thing that sort of put it at rest for me was when I met others that had also been there and got caught up in that.
But you said you had seen him with kids. You had seen him, how they throw themselves on him, get in bed with him.
Yeah, but see, now that's not to be, you know, I saw that with like babies, like even little infants.
Do you try to read more about it?
No, I looked, but the only two people that are going to know anything about that is the two people in the room, because he's certainly not going to go telling me something like that, because I would have him hanging from a tree.